Hi everybody, and welcome back for our final video, Chapter 5, here in Spanish 1010. It's really hard to believe that this semester has gone so quickly and we're already here on Chapter 5. Um, but I do, as always, just want to take a moment to kind of hit the highlights, the important things that are covered in this chapter. And I do apologize, this initial vision, this initial picture here is a little bit blurry for you. You can see all of these use the word estar conjugated in the he or she form está. So you're trying to say that this person is and whatever. So starting over here on the left, this woman right here está sorprendida. Sorprendida. She is surprised. Okay. Notice if a guy was surprised, he would be sorprendido. But she's a female, so she's sorprendida. This guy here is feliz. Obviously, she's being proposed to, so she's very happy, and so is he. So they're feliz and sorprendida. Over here, you see that she is triste. She's very sad. You can see she just dropped a bunch of stuff, and she looks real unhappy about it. Triste. This dude over here, he's just cansado. He's just chilling against the wall. He's tired, very tired. This guy is enamorado. He is in love. Look at him, just in love. Enamorado, or we might say enamored. A female who's in love would obviously be enamorada. But then this girl over here, she's sitting at this table and she looks kind of aburrida. She's yawning. She's just bored. Aburrida. And then this table here at the front is probably the most interesting, probably my favorite of all of these. You see this guy right here holding the wine, el vino. He's holding el vino, which is wine. And está borracho. He is drunk. Borracho. Okay, so a female who's drunk would be borracha, and a male would be borracho, or a group of people would be borrachos. Okay, so you can see as a result of this guy being drunk, this guy over here at the table is avergonzado. He's muy avergonzado. Embarrassed. He's very embarrassed. And then this girl, she's enojada. She's a little angry. And then the mom over here is muy preocupada, very worried or preoccupied. So you get some different adjectives. There's a whole variety of these words that are always used with a star. When we're talking about our conditions or our emotions, we always use a star, and I kind of hit on that a little bit in Chapter 4, but you can see all of these words here. Some are more obvious than others. So interesado, somebody is interested. Frustrado, frustrated. Let's see, cansado, tired. Celoso, jealous. Confundido, confused. Deprimido, depressed. So you can read through these at your own time, and they are from your vocab sheet. I just took a screenshot of them. That's why they're a little blurry. Sorry about that. As far as your activities go for this week, dealing with the vocabulary, you're going to have a sentence, and I'm going to ask you if it's either lógica o ilógica, logical or illogical. So number one says that vamos a tener un examen difícil y estamos muy felices. So vamos a tener un examen difícil. We're going to have a difficult exam. Y estamos felices, and we're happy. No estamos felices cuando tenemos un examen difícil. Estamos cansados y tristes. So number one would be illogical. We are not happy when we have a difficult exam. Number four, después de correr 15 kilómetros, estás cansado. After running 15 kilometers, you are tired. I think that would be relatively true. Lógico. Okay, you may remember from earlier in the semester, we talked about some different conjugations of the words ser and estar. Hopefully you remember that ser and estar both mean to be. As we're conjugating these, we don't say yo ser, we say yo soy. We say tú eres, él, ella, usted es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, y ellos, ellas, ustedes son. So these are your ser conjugations. Soy, eres, es, somos, sois, son. For estar, from last chapter, we say yo estoy, tú estás, with an accent on the A, él, ella, usted está, also with an accent. Nosotros estamos, no accent. Vosotros estáis, with an accent. And ellos, ellas, ustedes están, with an accent. So, estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. The big question here is not so much conjugating. That's something you should already know how to do, hopefully. The big question is, Well, when do we use ser versus when do we use estar? So I have some acronyms here for you that will help you. The acronym we're going to use for ser is topic, TOPIC, and each letter in the acronym stands for something. So when we're talking about time, we use ser. When we're talking about origin, we use ser. Profession, identification, and characteristics also use ser. So let me give you some examples. When I'm talking about time, today is Wednesday. I say hoy es miércoles, not hoy está miércoles. Hoy es. Tomorrow is my birthday. Mañana es mi cumpleaños, not mañana está. Okay. You also learned how to say it is blank o'clock earlier in the semester, where we said son las in whatever time, unless it was 1 o'clock, and then we said es la una. So, anytime we're talking about days, dates, years, seasons, time in general, uses ser, not estar. So, hopefully that will help you. The O of topic stands for origins. When I'm talking about where someone is from, I can say yo soy de Kingsport, not yo estoy de Kingsport. Okay? If Celia is from Spain, I don't say Celia está de Spain. I say Celia es de Spain. Es de España. She's from Spain. The chocolate is from Mexico. Mexico is the chocolate's origin. So el chocolate es de México. So on and so forth. When I'm talking about professions, which is another area in this chapter we're going to be hitting, you always use ser, and this can be what you do for a living. It can be a hobby, anything that provides you with monetary income or just fills your time would be a ser word. So, yo soy maestro de español. I'm a Spanish teacher. I don't say yo estoy profesor. I say yo soy profesor or maestro de español. Ustedes son estudiantes. You all are students. Ustedes son estudiantes. Mi padre es policía. My dad's a policeman. Clayton es un jugador de fútbol americano. He is a football player. So you get all of those things. When I'm talking about someone's identification, even just saying your name, you say, yo soy Mateo. I'm Matthew. Madison es la exnovia de Clayton. So, so-and-so is Clayton's ex-girlfriend. Patricia es mi madre. Tanner es católico. Yo soy alto y delgado. So Catholic, mother, tall, skinny, all of these are identifications or characteristics. So everything from your name, your description, your nationality, your religion, family relationships, any of this stuff always uses ser, a ser word. And then also with characteristics, kind of hinted on this before, but Ali is intelligent and friendly. Intelligent and friendly are both characteristics of a person. So Ali es inteligente y amable, not Ali está inteligente y amable. My girlfriend is romantic and pretty. So mi novia es romántica y guapa. So again, characteristics, you're using ser. For estar, we have an acronym called place, and I went over these in the Chapter 4 video, but I'm going to hit them again now. So we use topic as our acronym for ser. We use place as our acronym for estar. So the P in place stands for position, the L is location, the A, action, C, condition, and E, emotion. So when I'm talking about position, el baño está al lado de mi clase. The bathroom is next to my class. I'm talking about the position of the bathroom, so I'm using estar, not ser. So el baño está al lado de mi clase. Location. Estamos en clase ahora. We're in class right now. I'm talking about our location. Even if it's a virtual class, estamos en clase ahora, we're still in class. We're talking about our location. Action words, I hinted on this a little bit before. We are going to talk about the present progressive tense in just a moment. The present progressive tense in Spanish is the same thing as a gerund in English. If you're not familiar with what a gerund is, those are your ing words. So I am washing the dishes. Estoy lavando los platos. Your key here is that anytime you see ando or yendo, you know that it is an action, and therefore you are going to use an estar word. We'll have more on that in just a minute. Conditions, if you're talking about someone being crazy or in love, sick, tired, all of these are mental and physical states, so you always use estar. So estoy cansado, or if you're a female, estoy cansada. You don't say soy cansado or soy cansada. It's always estoy if you're talking about a condition. Same thing with emotions. Ella está enojada, she's angry, or estoy triste, I'm sad. We're always using estar words here with our emotions. So again, to recap, for ser we use topic, time, origin, profession, identification, and characteristics. Always use ser. For estar, we use place, positions, locations, actions, conditions, and emotions. Always use estar. So this week you're going to see some examples such as these. It says yo estoy, and it gives you 4 options. Yo estoy cansada, I'm tired. Yo estoy en clase ahora, I'm in class right now. Yo estoy estudiante, or yo estoy enamorado. And you're supposed to select the answers that would work for this. So, estoy cansada, I'm tired. Let's see, tired, that's an emotion or a condition. Yep, that would work with estar, because that's under place. Yo estoy en clase ahora, I'm in class right now. Talking about my location or position. Oh, yep, that's place, that's estar, that would work. Sí, yo estoy estudiante. Oh, I'm a student. Student, that's my profession. Oh, profession, that's not estar, that's ser. So C would not work here. But D, yo estoy enamorado. Oh, I'm enamored, I'm in love. That would work. That's a condition or an emotion. So A, B, and D are all correct in this case. Let's check out one more of these. Number 3 says that Madrid is. Madrid is. Talking about Madrid, España. So Madrid is the capital of Spain, as you know. So Madrid is A, in Europa. B, cosmopolita. C, muy bonita. Or D, la capital de España. Well, Madrid is A, in Europe, in Europa. Well, talking about Madrid's location, if I say it's in Europe, so I wouldn't say Madrid es en Europa, so that couldn't work. That would be estar. B, Madrid is cosmopolitan. Okay, yeah, that's a description or a characteristic, so a ser word's appropriate, so B would work. C, Madrid is muy bonita, very pretty. Well, pretty is a characteristic. Characteristic falls under ser, topic, that's good. That would work, so A and C are both good. And then D, Madrid is la capital de España. It's the capital of Spain. That would work. We're talking about a description here or an identification. That's topic, that's ser, that works. So Madrid es la capital de España. So in this case with number 3, you could use B, C, or D, but not A. I think you can see how those work. Here you have some blanks, and you actually have to go in yourself and fill in the correct words. So let's do one of these together. Number 1, for example, says, hoy blank. Oh, I'm struggling with this text box. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll do it here. Hoy blank el primero de septiembre. So today is the 1st of September, el primer día de clases. Wouldn't that be nice if we started class in September? So today is the first day of September. Topic or place? Let's think through this. Today is the first day of September. I'm talking about a time of the year, the first day of class, specific date. So I'm going to use ser. What ser word would go with hoy, or today? To say today is, I'm going to use the ser word for is, which should be es. So I'm going to say that hoy es el primero de septiembre. Number 2 says blank las 11:30. Well, you know that 11 is 11 and media is half past or 30. So it's 11:30. Oh, I'm definitely talking about time here. To say time, to say it is blank o'clock, I say son las. So number 2 should be son. Number 3, so it's 11:30 and I blank in the class of English. I'm in English class. I'm saying that I'm located in English class. I'm talking about a location. So I should say yo estoy en la clase de inglés because location falls under place or estar. So hopefully you can see how those work. I think you can handle those. I told you just a moment ago that the A of play stands for action. And when I'm talking about actions, I'm talking about the present progressive tense. So this is one of the new grammar topics you're going to see covered in this chapter. Remember, the present progressive is the same thing as ing in English, or what we refer to as a gerund. So that would be walking, talking, sleeping, eating, drinking, studying, okay, any of those INGs. The formula that you use, I know we're in Spanish class and not math class, but the formula that you use when doing the present progressive, you always have some form of estar, and it has to be conjugated. So either estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, or están, some form of estar, along with a verb that has had its ending removed and added back, either ando or yendo. So in this case, AR verbs lose the AR and change to ando. ER and IR verbs lose the ER or IR and change to yendo. So for example, I am eating. You know that the word for to eat is comer. You know I'm going to use an estar word in front. What estar word goes with I? Good, it should be estoy. So yo estoy. I have to now change comer by removing my ER and I add back yendo. So yo estoy, I am comiendo. I'm eating. Yo estoy comiendo. Number 2 says that you're listening to this video. Well, I'm going to have estar, and to listen is escuchar. So you are listening. The you informal form should be tú. And what estar word goes with tú? Good, it should be estás. So tú estás escuchando. You are listening. Tú estás escuchando. I want you to try this one. How would I say that Dawson and Lindsay are running? I'll start you out here with Dawson and Lindsay. Take a moment and think about this one. Dawson and Lindsay are running, and I will help you out. Correr is the word for to run, if you did not know that. Okay, hopefully you've had a moment to think about this. To say that Dawson and Lindsay are running, you have to first think, would Dawson and Lindsay be I, you, he, she, we, or they? Well, Dawson and Lindsay would be they. So what estar word goes with they? Well, you need to remove your AR and add back están. So Dawson and Lindsay están. And then I have to do something else to correr. I chop off my ER. And you know that verbs that normally end in ER to form your ING, you add back yendo. So Dawson y Lindsay están corriendo. They're running. Están corriendo. Here's a chart just of how this works. The ando or the yendo word in Spanish, that ing, is actually referred to as the present participle. Okay, you can see some examples here. You have your estar word to the left, estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están, and then you have your ando or yendo for your verbs next to that. So notice with a verb like comer, comiendo, eating doesn't change. I am eating, you are eating, he is eating, we are eating, y'all are eating, they are eating. It's still comiendo, regardless of who is eating. The estar word determines who is doing the eating. So estoy comiendo, I'm eating. Estás comiendo, you're eating. Estamos comiendo, we are eating. So you can see all of those there for you. So hopefully you're starting to feel pretty good about that. One thing to note is that you will never use the present participle by itself without an estar word. You will never say, yo lavando los platos. I'm washing the dishes. No, 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 no. We need to say, I am washing. Yo estoy lavando los platos. So remember, you never use this present participle without an estar word in front. That's why our formula is an estar word plus ando or yendo. So hopefully that's making some sense. You do have some irregulars, and sadly these are words you just kind of have to memorize, but there are some rules behind it. So I'll give you the rule and then show you your irregulars. So when the stem of either an AR or an ER verb, when the stem of either an ER or an IR verb ends in a vowel, you get yendo instead of yendo. So here's an example. Leer is a verb. Er is the ending, meaning that my stem would be le. So rather than getting leyendo with the iendo, you get leyendo with a y. Okay. Same thing with traer, to bring. You remove your er. Traer, the stem, tra, still ends in a vowel of an a, so you get trayendo instead of trayendo, just for the simple fact that it can be difficult for native speakers of Spanish to enunciate when there are two vowels side by side. Okay, as we keep going down, verbs that stem change, that are IR verbs, usually have an irregular present participle. In this case, the E changes to only an I, where the O changes to only a U. And a good example of this is the verb dormir, which normally has an O to UE stem change. So instead of becoming duermiendo with a UE, it only changes to a U here, so you get durmiendo. Some of these seem a little more natural. Servir and pedir both have ida I stem changes in the present. So here in the present progressive, they're going to become pidiendo and sirviendo. These are words that are most easily just memorized. Okay, so some examples. It says, yo blankety blank la comida china, and there's two blanks. You know in our first blank of all these, you're going to have an estar word, and in the second blank, you're going to have your present participle, your ando or yendo, that gerund. So number one says that I'm eating Chinese food. To say I am, I'm going to say yo estoy, and then I'm going to take comer in my second box, take off the er in comer, and add back yendo. Let's do one more. It says, el blankety blank para la clase de español. To say that he is studying, what estar word goes with he? Good, it should be está. And then studying, I have estudiar. I chop off my AR. And for AR verbs, I add back ando. So I should have él está estudiando para la clase de español. He's studying for Spanish class. Okay. A few examples you're going to see in your book. It asks you to describe what these people are doing. The model gives you yo hablar por teléfono, I to talk on the phone. I need to say I am talking on the phone, in which case I need an estar word. So in this case, the estar word that goes with I or yo would be estoy. So yo estoy, and then hablar, I remove my AR and I get yo estoy hablando por teléfono. Let's do one more, talking about Dalia. It says that Dalia is serving the food, servir la comida. If I want to say she is serving, what estar word goes with Dalia? Good, it should be está. And to say serving, normally I just take off the IR here and add back yendo. But serviendo in this case is wrong, because if you were paying attention a moment ago, you know that servir is one of our irregulars that becomes sirviendo. So my E here changes to an I, and I get Dalia está sirviendo la comida. Okay, go ahead and pause me for a second, and I'd like for you to try number 2. Okay, so it tells you that Luis y Alfonso are eating pizza. To say they are, what estar word would I use to go with they? Hopefully you said están. And for comer, I remove my ER and add back yendo. So you should have Luis y Alfonso están comiendo pizza. They're eating pizza. Okay. The second half of your chapter, the next vocabulary section, refers to professions. Your composition is also going to be about professions as well. So you can see a series of people here from all different walks of life. Back here in the back, we have el médico, the doctor. A male doctor would be el médico. A female doctor would be la médica. So both your article and your ending will change based on who you're talking about. Here you have a female waitress, la mesera. To have a waiter, we have el mesero. So again, both your article and your ending changes. La enfermera is a nurse, la enfermera. What would a male nurse be? El enfermero. Very good. Going through, you have a músico, a musician. a mecánico, a mechanic, a fotógrafo, a photographer or a photographer. Forgot that word for a second. Over here you have a cocinera, a cook, an asistente de vuelo, a flight attendant, a pintor, a painter, a piloto, a pilot, an actor, an actor. Note the feminine version of that, an actress would be an actriz, so a little different there. Actor and actriz. You have a policía, a male policeman. El policía would be a male policeman. La policía would be a female policeman. You have a científico, a scientist, and a deportista, a athlete. Okay, so I might ask you as you're working with this vocabulary this week to go through and tell me where this person might work. Okay, so for example, number 5 is talking about un médico. We just covered that a médico over here is a doctor. Doctors usually work in either A, an hospital, B, a teatro, a theater, C, a restaurante, a restaurant, D, a tienda, a store, or E, un estudio, a study. Typically, doctors work in A, el hospital. What about number 4, an actor? Where would an actor work? Good. Hopefully you're saying teatro, the theater. B, el teatro. Okay. Moving on to another grammar topic you're going to see in this chapter, you see the verb poner, which is to put or to place. If you don't think about this too hard, you take off the ER in poner and you just start conjugating. And you take off your ER and you get pon all the way down. You know that the yo form ending for an ER verb should be an O, the to form ES, the he or she E, we form EMOS, and they form EN. Out of instinct, that's probably what you're doing as you conjugate the verb poner. Unfortunately, that is wrong. Okay, but it's only wrong in the yo form. So this chapter, we're covering what are called irregular yo verbs. So, pones is correct. Pone is correct. Ponemos is correct. Ponen is correct. And if this said pones in the vosotros, it would also be correct. The only thing that's wrong is this yo form. In this case, there's a G that is inserted here in the yo form. So instead of yo pono la mesa, I place the table, it becomes yo pongo la mesa. You get a G, yo pongo. So as you can see, there are lots of these verbs in this chapter, and I'll be going over all of them with you in just a moment, but you can see they're normal in every form except for the I form. I nicknamed these yo-go verbs because a lot of them do have go in the yo form. So poner becomes pongo, salir becomes salgo, traer becomes traigo. So to put or to place, pongo. To leave or to go out, salgo. To bring, traigo. Okay, so you get all of these for you here in the yo form. There's also some that don't end in go, but the majority do. So again, poner becomes pongo, salir becomes salgo, traer becomes traigo, hacer becomes hago, decir becomes digo, venir becomes vengo, seguir becomes sigo, and oír becomes oigo. So most of these get G's, okay? So again, these are only irregular in the yo form. All the other forms are normal, so you normally take off the AR and add O, as, a, amos, an, or take off the ER and add O, es, a, amos, es, in, or take off the IR and add O, es, a, emos, is, in. All that's still normal, except in the yo form where they're going to be different. Sadly, you just kind of have to memorize these. So poner becomes pongo, salir becomes salgo, traer becomes traigo, hacer becomes hago, decir becomes digo, venir becomes vengo, seguir becomes sigo, and oír becomes oigo. Now, there are a few that did not follow this rule of yo-goes. You have ver, conducir, and dar. Dar means to give. So to say that I give, I say yo doy. And then all the other forms become regular. So doy, das, da, damos, dais, and dan. There should be an accent there. Sorry. Okay. Same thing with ver. The yo form is weird. You get veo, but then you just get ves, ve, vemos, ves, and ven. Okay? So you get all of these are fine except for veo, which is an irregular. So don't forget that. Conducir is probably the weirdest one. You get a Z here. So instead of becoming conduco, it becomes condusco. All the others again are irregular. Condusco, conduces, conduce, so on and so forth. Okay? So again, you just want to memorize these to the best of your ability. This week, activities you might see with these assignments will look like this. You're supposed to decide quién hace las siguientes actividades. Who does the following activities? So, the model tells you that les doy inyecciones a las mascotas. So this person gives injections to pets. That's a veterinario, a veterinarian. Number 1 tells you, actually, I want to pick a little bit of a harder one for you. Let's look at number 3. It says, les traigo, so there's one of those yokos again, les traigo, to or for them I bring, la comida, a los clientes en el restaurante. So I bring food to the clients in the restaurant. What am I? I'm a waiter, el mesero, or you might also sometimes see the word el camarero. Okay. Number 7 says that muchas personas vienen a mi estudio y yo tomo fotos de ellas. So a lot of people come to my studio and I take pictures of them. What am I? I'm a fotógrafo. Okay, so you can go through and see which professions they're talking about. This will most likely appear in the section of matching. Look at one more. Number 2. Conduzco un coche con luces rojas y azules. I drive a car with red and blue lights. No quieres conducir muy rápido cuando yo estoy cerca. You don't want to drive very fast when I'm around. What am I? I'm a policía. Policía. Okay. Some help for your oral interview as you're practicing. Here's a couple of questions. Number 1 asks you, ¿qué coche conduces? So what car conduces? What car do you drive? I can say that yo conduzco un Toyota Highlander. Tienes que conducir a la universidad. Do you have to drive to the university? No tengo que conducir a la universidad porque yo enseño en línea. I teach online, so I don't have to drive to the university. Okay, number 2 asks you, ¿a qué hora vienes? What time do you come? A la universidad, to the university. So, I would say, yo vengo a la universidad a las 8. I come at 8 or whatever, okay? So you can go through and figure out all those pretty easily. Another activity you're going to see with these this week looks a little bit like this, okay? So it says, soy ama de casa y blank que hacer mucho trabajo todos los días. So I am the maid of the house and blank to do a lot every day. So I'm the maid and blank to do a lot. I have to do a lot. So tener is the word that means to have. I need to conjugate it in the yo form to say that I have to do something, in which case I would say yo, good, yo tengo. Okay, number 2 says that primero blank el almuerzo para mis hijos. So first, blank the lunch for my kids. So first, conducir, to drive the lunch for my kids. First, hacer, to do or to make the lunch. 3, to poner, to put or to place the lunch. Salir, to leave the lunch. Or venir, to come the lunch. I think number 2, in this case, would be that I make the lunch. So hacer is to make. The yo form of hacer should be hago. Okay? So you can go through and fill in the rest of those based on that previous list that I've given you of all of the various irregular yo-go verbs, or just irregular yo verbs, I should say. Okay, and the last grammar point that we're going to cover are the verbs saber and conocer. These are a little bit tricky. We talked earlier about ser y estar, which both mean to be. you have the verbs saber y conocer, which both mean to know. Okay? Here's the trick. We use saber when we're talking about knowing information or how to do something. We use conocer when we're talking about knowing people or places. So, the reason these are in this chapter is because saber and conocer are also irregular yo verbs. So you can look at saber and you lose your ER. You get sabes, sabe, sabemos, sabéis, and saben. That's cool. But sabo is not a word. It does not exist. The yo form is sé. Yo sé. So be careful with that. So when I'm talking about knowing information or how to do something, I use saber. Example. Brittany sabe jugar al basquetbol. Brittany knows how to play basketball. She knows how to do something. So we're using saber. Yo sé hablar español y un poco italiano. I know how to speak Spanish and a little bit of Italian. So I know yo sé, because in this case, again, I'm talking about knowing how to do something. Whereas I use conocer when I'm talking about knowing people or places. Just like all my other verbs, I take off ER. I get conoces, conoce, conocemos, conocéis, and conocen. But there's no such thing as conozco. Doesn't exist. You have to add a Z, so you get yo conozco. Yo conozco. That's why it's an irregular yo verb. The yo form is the only one that's weird. An example. Tú conoces Johnson City. Johnson City is a place. I'm saying that you know Johnson City, so I would be using conocer. Now, this is tricky. If I said that tú blank, ¿dónde está Johnson City? You know where Johnson City is located. If you're knowing something's where Johnson City is, not saying that you know the city very well, but you know where it is, that's information, in which case I would use saber, and I would say, tú sabes dónde está Johnson City, okay? So, I can tell you that I know Miami, Florida. I've been there 100 times. I know Miami, Florida. I'm going to use conocer because I'm talking about knowing a place. But if I've never, ever, ever visited Antarctica, and I tell you that I know where Antarctica is on a map, I could pick it out. I just know information. I don't actually know the place of Antarctica. So I would use saber in that case. So be careful with that. The other weird thing about conocer is if I'm saying that I know a person, I have to use what is called the personal a. I'm saying in this sentence, yo conozco a Cardi B. I know Cardi B. It's incorrect to just say yo conozco Cardi B. I have to say yo conozco a Cardi B. This is called the personal a. And the reason we do this is because in this case, the verb that follows conocer, the word that follows conocer in this case, is used as a direct object. So who do I know? I know Cardi B. Yo conozco a Cardi B. If I notice when I say that I know Johnson City or you know Johnson City, there's no ah here because Johnson City is not a person. But I'm saying that I know Cardi B. Cardi B is a person, so yo conozco a Cardi B. So again, two ways to say to know are saber and conocer. We use saber to talk about knowing information or how to do something. We use conocer to talk about knowing people and places. Here are a few questions like what you're going to see this week. You're deciding here if these statements are lógica or ilógica, so logical or illogical. Number one tells you that la bailarina sabe jugar al fútbol. The ballerina knows how to play soccer. Is that logical? Now, technically a ballerina could know how to play soccer, and that's true, but that's maybe not always the case. So we're going to say ilógica. Number two tells you that el periodista conoce a muchas personas famosas. The journalist knows a lot of famous people. That makes sense to me. That's lógica. But look at this a here. The journalist knows a lot of famous people. We're inherently, when we say famous people, we are talking about people, and therefore, since the word that follows conocer is a person, there needs to be a personal a. Okay, so I think you got the hang of those. I'm going to give you some more examples here. Number one tells you that el médico conoce. So the doctor knows sus pacientes, his patients, la medicina, medicine, C, dar injecciones, to give injections or shots, or D, el hospital. Technically, all of these things are correct. The doctor knows his patients, he knows medicine, he knows how to give injections, and he knows the hospital. But we're using conocer here. Remember, conocer is when we're talking about you knowing people or places. So he knows the hospital, that's a place. So for number one, D can be an option. But there's also a second option that would work here, and it does tell you that there's more than one possibility for each sentence. In this case, the doctor also knows his pacientes, his patients, in which case there's a personal a because patients are people. So el médico conoce a sus pacientes en el hospital. So A and D would work. Medicine is neither a person nor a place, so therefore that would not work unless we had sabe instead of conoce. And dar injecciones, to give injections, also would not work because that's knowing how to do something, in which case I should use saber. Okay, I think you can see how those work. Another situation in which you might see some of these is, sorry guys, let me move this over. Another situation where you might see some of these, in this case, is this textbook example where you have to actually conjugate saber or conocer correctly. So let's do a few of these together. Number one tells you that yo blank bien la ley. I know very well the law. So would law be information, how to do something, people, or places? Law in this case I think would be information. And to say that I know the law, I'm knowing information, the yo form of saber, oh I got it. It's sabo, right? No, sabo's not a word. The yo form of saber is sé. See, look at you learning español. Yo sé, very good. Number two tells you that Julio blank pintar bien. Julio knows how to pintar, how to paint well. If he knows how to paint, does he know information, people, places, or how to do something? Good, he knows how to do something. Painting is how to do something. So for how to do something, I use saber. And the saber word to go with Julio, or he in this case, would be sabe. So I'm going to say that Julio sabe pintar bien. Number three, Matilde y Simón blank a muchos médicos. So Matilda and Simon know muchos médicos. What are médicos? Oh, right, doctors. Are doctors people? They are. And look, there's that personal a. We're talking about people. What word goes here? Saber o conocer. Good, it's conocer. We're talking about people. So I'm going to say that Matilde y Simón conocen. They know a lot of doctors. Okay, so hopefully you are getting the hang of these things and feeling better about saber and conocer. As always, if you have any questions, let me know, and I hope this is helpful to you. Have a nice day.